So, local business owners in Las Vegas have been slamming Formula One ahead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Now, we heard back in 2023 that a lot of the local business owners, a lot of the local residents were not a fan of this race. Basically, I think because they weren't really consulted on it, it's just something that is kind of happening. Dr. Helmut Marko has admitted that he is not really a big fan of this race either. There's a few people in the media, however, been kind of just been saying, yeah, we don't really like this so much. It's not the best. But let's have a look at what these business owners are saying here. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com. As the second F1 promoted Las Vegas Grand Prix looms, two local business owners have blasted the event, the sport, and its authorities. Red Bull team advisor Dr. Helmut Marko this week also affirmed that he's not a fan, denouncing the race as not that great and telling Österreich newspaper that it does not have much support from the local population. It also seems to lack the full support of the state of Nevada, with multiple reports emerging that F1 personnel struggled to be permitted entry. They didn't want to let me in, said RB driver Yuki Tsunoda. They kept me for 2 or 3 hours and almost sent me home, although my passport shows that I am constantly moving from country to country and I have a valid visa, and not long ago I competed on another American track in Austin. Yeah, the American immigration authorities, from my very limited experience with them, are they're not the easiest to deal with. I will say that. I won't say any more just in case I go back. I don't want to go insulting you guys at all. But yeah, people who've travelled to the States will know. They'll know. Wade Bond, who owns a Coca-Cola painted gas station in Las Vegas, said that when he heard the city was going to join the Formula One calendar last year, he was delighted. But the disruption to the city ultimately culminated in a shocking 65% revenue drop for the month of November. 65. Wow, so it's not just the day itself, the weekend itself, it's also the whole lead up. I mean, I imagine it's a bit like Singapore, where they're kind of preparing for the race months in advance and there are disruptions for like weeks beforehand. He told Le Journal de Montreal that in November 2022 he turned over $682,000. Now I won't even reach 200k, he revealed. It makes me sick, Bond added. If this race is still here in a year for the contract, I'm done. I've already laid off 50% of my employees. Wow. The destruction caused for a 90-minute race that we host once a year is inexplicable. Inexplicable, there we go. I don't understand the concept. This is our city. Restaurant owner Randy Markin, meanwhile, is actually suing Formula One for the financial losses caused by the disruption to the event for his business. No event has ever destroyed my city like F1, said the owner of the Italian diner Battista's Hole in the Wall. He says that when Formula One is in town, he has a 50% fewer bookings. It's horrible, he said. We're supposed to be full. People calling to cancel the reservations because they can't make it because of the traffic closures. It should, in theory, help out, but yeah, that's the point. The traffic disruption for customers, they'll just not want to go in the city centre. A different scenario, but my hometown of Sheffield, we reinstalled trams back in the early 90s, and because of that it actually almost destroyed the town centre, because while they were doing that, all the local business owners could barely get any traffic in, they could barely get any customers in, just because people didn't want to drive to the centre. And because of that, we got a massive out of town shopping centre called Meadowhall. But this is worse in a way, because it's like, well, this is just going to keep going forever. Probably it's going to go for at least another 2 years according to the contract. We are the busiest restaurant off the strip, said Markin, adding that some other nearby restaurants actually closed for the entire race week. Referring to F1 officials, he blasted, "These people don't give a damn. This is the first time a company has come to Vegas and it hasn't become part of the fabric of the city. And God knows how many companies have come here. No city in the world does it the way we do with big events. But why do citizens hate this race so much? It's because F1 walks around with its nose in the air, not caring about anything and destroying everything around it. They come in on a private jet, do the business and fly back. It doesn't work like that around here." F1 apologised though for 2023's event disruption and vowed to do better for 24, but Markin says nothing has changed. "If F1 really cared about Vegas, we wouldn't have a fight in court. It's impossible to sit down with these people and talk because they don't care, they have no loyalty. And their way of thinking they're bigger and stronger with their money doesn't work anymore, especially not in this single market." So yeah, strong words from the local business owners. I can totally get why they are so annoyed. I completely understand. Unfortunately, money talks, and if anywhere knows that more than anywhere else, it's going to be the United States, and particularly somewhere Las Vegas. And this race is going to keep going on for some time. It might not get renewed after 2026. They might not have any more Las Vegas Grand Prix after that. they might choose to go and have another showpiece event in Chicago or something like that that's being rumored. But yeah, for me, I mean, the Vegas Grand Prix, it's not the best one. It really isn't. I think that's the kindest way to put it. And the disruption that it clearly caused the local residents is really, really huge. I mean, you do get some races that are just, where the track's in the middle of nowhere. Silverstone and Spa are two examples of that. But these city tracks, they do really disrupt the local businesses. And if they're not done properly, then they can really, really do damage like that. I mean, again, it's different. It's a different, it's a different place at the end of the day. But Singapore, I've never heard anything like this about Singapore. Maybe they do just something different to limit the disruption. Same with Baku as well. I know those governments over there are a lot more authoritarian. They can just do things basically with relative impunity, and the people just kind of have to shut up and accept it, unfortunately. But I still don't hear any stories about that. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Maybe it actually does help them. Maybe they get more business in because of it when the F1's on. But clearly in Las Vegas, the local residents are hating it, and you can totally get why. Their viewpoint is totally legitimate, and Formula 1 clearly has to do more. They said they'd do more for this year, but according to those guys in the article, nothing has changed. But what do you guys think? Should Formula 1 continue to race in Las Vegas? Should it do more to help the local residents during the month of November when this event is on? Because it's not just about the weekend when it's on, it's about the whole month, apparently, according to these guys. It's like for weeks beforehand and probably some time after as well while they're clearing it all up. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, as always, guys. And of course, keep it tuned here to the F1Chronicle.com for much more content in the build-up to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And of course, we'll be reviewing all the practice, the qualifying, and the race itself as this weekend progresses. So yeah, have a good one, guys. See you very soon.